Hey, what's up guys, it's Famous, welcome back to another commentary. This time we're going to be talking about something that happened just recently, I think about a month ago maybe, somewhere around that time frame, but anyways, just to kind of jump straight into it, I was heading down to LA for one of my vacations because, I kind of had school off, so I decided to head on down there, and I knew a lot of people, and I still have, kind of, not really, I still had some friends down in LA. I haven't really talked to them in a while, so I decided to hit them up and see, what they're up to and see what's good. And at the time, I was smoking some weed, and it was a stupid decision on my part, but, whatever. I decided to do it anyways. And I would usually only smoke with people that I trusted, and I didn't really know these people. I did in middle school, but I didn't know them that well now, and people can be very unpredictable. And so what I recommend is always, if you're gonna smoke weed or do any type of drug for that matter, always do it with people that you trust and surround yourself with those type of people, because if you don't, one of them might blindside you and fuck you over, and it's just gonna be the end from there. And you don't want to even risk it or even get close to that shit, because fuck that's for sure. Anyways, I digress. So I met these kids up, and it was kind of weird because it was with this girl. I was supposed to meet her up, her and her friend, and we were supposed to, smoke and kind of just hang out. And that's what I thought the original plan was. But apparently she had something else in mind. She didn't tell me that there's going to be a shit ton of people, right? So she's like, okay, one of my buddies is going to pick you up, and we'll go smoke somewhere. And all of a sudden, a big ass fucking white car just rolls up on me, and some kid just tells me to get in. And I'm just like, okay, are you with? And he's like, yeah, let's go. And so I hop in, and fucking there's like 6 or 7 kids inside this goddamn car, which was confusing as fuck for me because I was just expecting maybe like the friend, her, and the guy that was driving. Apparently they were having a little kickback right in the fucking car, and there was like 5 different kids. I'm just looking at her like, what the fuck is this shit? And so we kind of go on with our day. I'm just, I'm not one to kind of freak out over little shit like that, because I'm kind of roll with or go with the flow, however people say it. So I was just kind of going with it. I was like, whatever, alright, let's do this. The kid that was driving the car, he was trying to go into a parking lot so we can kind of smoke there and hotbox the car and whatever. And so what ended up happening, which is probably the funniest shit I've ever fucking even witnessed or had the fucking opportunity of experiencing, was this kid, I guess he didn't have his license or he didn't know how to drive correctly or some shit. And there's a row of parked cars, and there was the 2 open spots side by side, right? And they were directly side by side, so it was kind of like a 2-spot open area that, it was clear. No debris or anything was in the way, and there's possibly no way you could fuck it up, right? But for some reason, this kid decided to come in at a weird ass angle with big ass car. Like, you guys don't even understand how big this car was. So what ended up happening is he rolled across, or kind of grinded rather, into the side of a parked car, which was fucking funny as hell, because all the girls in the car were all screaming, like freaking out. They're like, oh my god, you hit the car, whatever. And the guys are just sitting there laughing, calling him a dumbass. And so he's trying to back out, and so while he's doing this, he's kind of like rubbing on the car, like back and forth, kind of like how you would saw like a piece of wood or something. We came in from an angle on the right. He's trying to face the left so he can kind of drive out of there. For some reason, I guess someone heard it, and so the owner of the car, we didn't realize who it was at first, but some guy kind of walks up, and we're kind of just like, okay, some guy's coming, you better hurry. And so he's like struggling, still bumping and grinding on this fucking other car, this other parked car, and he's still hitting it. And the guy keeps getting closer, and everyone's kind of just like freaking out. I'm kind of just like, oh shit, he's coming. Oh fuck, you better get out of here. And so he's still doing it, and the guy's just staring at us with his keychain in his hand, and he's just staring at us with a face of such disbelief. It was the most hilarious thing I've ever seen. And he was just looking at us like, what the fuck? And so finally we get out of the fucking park spot, right? And we get into a position where the kid can kind of just drive out of there, and we can head off into the fucking sunset, right? We look back, and the guy fucking just looks at us and presses his keychain, or like the car key, and the car that we were bumping and grinding on fucking lights up and unlocks. And we're all just like, oh shit, that's his car. And we all fucking book it out of there, right? And he just speeds off into the fucking intersection, almost hitting another car, fucking mind you, right? This kid still doesn't know how to drive. And so we drive over to the original girl's house, and we go on the roof, and we smoke some weed. Now the thing is, I don't consider myself a professional weed smoker, right, quote unquote. So to kind of further this story, these kids were kind of just sucking it in, because you're supposed to suck it in with your lungs. Basic stoner etiquette, right? You're supposed to take it in with your lungs, hold it in for like I don't know how long, however long you feel like you want to, and release. These kids were just sucking it in with their cheeks and then blowing it out like it was fucking vape or something. And I just looked at them like, are you fucking serious? Like, are you for real? And it was funny because the people were trying to like sympathize with me, and I'm just telling them like, yeah, I know how to smoke weed, whatever. You know, I can get high off of just one hit because I'm lightweight. Because the thing with me is I'll take one hit and I'll fucking hold it in and I'll be good for the rest of the night because I'm just that simple. But with everyone else, they're like, oh yeah, you know, I have a tolerance. You know, it takes a bunch for me to get really high. And I'm just like, okay, well, I mean, maybe if you did it right, you know, that would help. I didn't really say anything. You know, I kind of just told them, you know, that you're supposed to do it like this. And the kids were hella trying to school me on this stuff. Most of you guys that watch my videos probably don't understand the proper etiquette, quote unquote, of smoking weed, and so it's kind of hard to get my point across to you guys. And so the guy that was driving kind of mentions that he wants to go to a party later, and so the girls of course are like, oh yeah, let's go, but the only thing is he can take 3 people, and there was 4 people in that little circle, including me. And now you can kind of see where I'm going with this. So when we started heading back, he was like, okay, I'm gonna drop you off at your house, without even asking me if I wanted to go, or without any like hesitation. He kind of already knew what he wanted. They were kind of just kicking me out basically, but I just asked them to take me home. I couldn't handle myself anyways, so I was just like, fuck it. So they took me home, and that's the last time I saw those people, because fuck them, ain't nobody gonna ditch me like that. Fuck you, I'm out. So guys, with that, I think I'm gonna end it off here. It was kind of a, I always say this, I think, it was kind of a short one. I want to believe it was a short one. I'm going to try to cut it as much as possible and kind of get you the bare bones of this story, because it's like 12 minutes long, but it always ends up cutting down to like 5 or 6 minutes. And so with all that being said, I just want to leave you guys with this. If you do not enjoy my content on this channel and kind of aren't into the whole short, funny moments, kind of commentaries, just about my life kind of thing on this channel, and you're into gaming more, let's say, go check out my second channel and show some support on there, because I usually post some walkthroughs and gameplay walkthroughs of all types of games. Doesn't matter if it's indie, horror, action, RPG, whatever the case may be. If it's a fun game and it looks like it'll be fun and I'll enjoy it, I'll play it, and that's usually how it works. So if you want to go see that, I'll leave the link in the description. And yeah guys, show some support on here and leave a like and a favorite down below if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you want to see more, and let me know in the comment section down below if you've enjoyed any of my stories so far. Alright guys, peace.
This is my favorite